So many people have been coming out to expose Kevin Hart and accuse him of deliberately sabotaging the careers of black artists for his personal gain. There has been a lot of talk in the past about how Kevin doesn't play fair, but in the past couple of months, several black celebs have come out to straight up accuse Kevin of sabotaging careers like Katt Williams and Monique. Child, even Eddie Murphy is throwing shade at Kevin. Everyone knows that Eddie Murphy is a stand-up guy who just loves nothing more than to make people laugh and mind his business. He is not known for being messy, so him putting Kevin on blast just puts into perspective how bad this situation is. But did Kevin really try to steal movie roles from Eddie and set him up? Let's break it down. Okay, so Kevin Hart has been on the outs with several black artists over him backstabbing them, and one of such artists is Katt Williams. Unlike Eddie Murphy, Katt has never had a problem with calling out bad behavior, and he has certainly not shied away from calling out Kevin Hart. According to Katt, Kevin allegedly has a habit of sneaking around behind his back to steal some movie roles from him. Not only that, but Katt also hinted that Kevin sold his soul to the industry and has been engaging in some shady practices that Kevin himself swore that he would never do. For example, Kevin used to swear up and down that he would never wear a dress because he found it humiliating. But the next thing we knew, he was on SNL wearing a dress.
Key hominem.
This, of course, translates from the Latin to who demand,
Ego sum hominem.
which means I'm demand. And the arm.
Katt found this weird, and he talked about this in an interview. Now, Katt wasn't mean in the interview because he spoke about how black men were often under a lot of pressure from the industry to do weird things like wearing dresses. So he wasn't going to blame Kevin for wearing the dress.
I'm saying, at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Madea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
He went on to add that even he had been a victim of this and that his career had been held back because he wasn't willing to play by the messy rules.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
So during the interview, Katt didn't throw shade or diss Kevin at all. He kind of just gave props to Kevin for hustling in Hollywood's tough scene. But Kevin took it totally the wrong way and decided to go off on Katt. On The Breakfast Club, Kevin straight up called Katt a liar and said he's addicted to the hard stuff, and that's why he never made it big. Kevin was capitalizing on the rumors about Katt's alleged substance use, and he claimed that Katt's whole career went down the drain because of his addiction issues, putting all the blame on him.
Good or bad. My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You promo shoots. You off your promo trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped.
Why was he a risk?
He chose.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what, I gotta fix me, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy.
It's wild how the industry loves to label truth tellers as crazy or druggies, right? We've seen it go down with folks like Kanye, Dave Chappelle, and now Katt. Like, instead of hearing them out, they just slap on these labels to discredit them. The drama blew up between Kevin and Katt after Kevin went in on Katt like that, and Kevin probably forgot that Katt is not the guy you want drama with because he knows how to keep a grudge. Well, 5 years later, Katt finally got his chance to dish it back when he hit up Club Shay Shay, and man, did he unload on Kevin. On that show, Katt didn't hold back one bit. He basically accused Kevin of kissing the behinds of bigwigs in Hollywood, implying that Kevin would do anything for fame and power. Katt even suggested that Kevin might have crossed some lines just to climb the ladder, hinting that that dress stunt could have been some kind of humiliating initiation into the elite circle. But wait, there's more. Katt went in even deeper, claiming that Kevin's packed out shows were all smoke and mirrors. According to him, Kevin's never actually sold out a venue. It's all just a facade to make him seem more successful successful than he really is. And then just when you think he's done, Katt drops the bomb and straight up called Kevin an industry plant. He argued that Kevin's rise to fame was way too smooth, like he was handpicked and groomed for stardom from the get-go, without the organic growth most comedians go through.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is?
He also claimed that Kevin had been stealing movie roles from him for years.
For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly, because I'm not, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem. And then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was. And acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But, yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for...
That's messy, but Monique took over right where Katt stopped, and interestingly, she did so on Club Shay Shay. According to Monique, she and Kevin used to be close friends back in the day, but Kevin suddenly switched up on her after she got blackballed by Oprah and Tyler Perry. See, Monique had a major part in the movie Precious, which was produced by Oprah and Tyler. The movie was a major success, but it was a major red flag from the beginning. First off, she only got paid $50,000 for the role, and like that wasn't bad enough, after the movie was released, Monique and Tyler wanted her to go on a press run. However, they didn't want to pay her for the press run, which is not a normal procedure. But that's not all, because they also informed her that she was going to have to pay for all of her press run related costs out of pocket. And considering that she was only paid $50K for her role, she would have been running at a major loss after taxes and all that stuff. Well, Oprah and Tyler didn't like being told no, and allegedly they went over and beyond to ruin Monique's career. Nobody wanted to be involved with her, and she took a major hit. But according to Monique, Kevin actually went out of his way to act like he was going to be a real friend and stick with her.
Kevin Hart. Now, you know when Katt Williams said gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, I do his podcast.
Yes.
And I want y'all to re-listen to the podcast so you can hear it for yourself. When he first comes on, he says, you're like my mother, you're like my aunt, you're like my sister. Okay? Then we do the podcast. We speak about the Tyler Perry situation. Oprah Winfrey, he said, I don't really know Oprah, but I'm going to reach out to Tyler. I appreciate that. Kevin kept his word. He reached out to Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart called me back about maybe a week or so later. He said, Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it. He said, but I tell you what, let's move past that, Mo. Let's just move past that and let's just do great things. So whatever
That's what Kevin said.
I want you to hear me, Kevin Hart. Let's move past that, Mo. Let's do some great things together. Don't even worry about it. Whatever y'all want to do, I will partner with you. I'll executive produce with you.
She claimed that he acted like he was on her side and promised to stick by her through thick and thin and stick with her even though she was already blackballed and was a pariah in the industry. She claimed that she believed him because he seemed genuine. But after all his promises, he turned his back on her and it was like she no longer existed to him. The worst part of it was that he wasn't even bold enough to do it in her face because he had other people do the dirty work for him.
Then when he came back with, I got you. I didn't ask Kevin Hart to do anything. He said, I'll executive produce, I'll partner with you. I said, good shit, Kevin, because we're in a deal with Endemol and we're trying to get our talk show back. Mo, whatever it is, I got you. Now, Kevin Hart is one of the biggest entertainers right now in the world, right? And was then. We got off the phone with Kevin Hart. We called Endemol immediately and said, Kevin Hart said, whatever we want to do, he got us. He's going to partner, executive produce. They was like, oh, this is incredible because when you put Kevin Hart's name on it, you already know what it is.
Correct.
2 weeks go by. We get a call from Endemol. Endemol says, we just got a call from Kevin Hart's manager, Dave Becky. And Dave Becky said, Kevin doesn't want anything to do with Monique. So whatever she told y'all, he doesn't want to do anything with her, nothing. You know, he doesn't want any kind of relationship with Monique.
So what changed between the 2 weeks and plus he gave you a check, you gave the money back, then said he would partner with you, executive produce, whatever you need, Mo, hey, we got you. So what transpired, or what do you think transpired between then, that 2 week period?
Well, soon as we got off the phone and they told us what Kevin's manager, David Becky, said, I called Kevin Hart immediately. I said, hey, baby, we just got off the phone with Endemol, and they said Dave Becky called them up and said, you don't want anything to do with me. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication. I can tell you right now. I said, wait a minute. Are you okay, though, with this white man calling them up? Getting in between our relationship after something you said. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication, and we're going to talk Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, it's a miscommunication. That was 2 years ago. If you talk to him, I talk to him. I've never talked back to Kevin Hart again.
Well, Eddie Murphy is now throwing his own story into the mix, and word on the streets is that Eddie also allegedly believes that Kevin Hart sold himself to the industry. He hinted at this very strongly in the movie Foolish, where his character was asked to wear a dress.
So what do you think? It's never been done before. 3 lovable drag queens driving cross country, helping middle America solve its problems.
Y'all want me to wear a dress?
Foolish. This isn't a throwaway role. You'll be carrying the emotional energy of the movie.
Man, it's not that I don't appreciate the offer, because I do, but...
All we're asking you to do is to take the script home, read it, then make a decision.
Then make the decision.
Foolish. There's a lot.
There are also some unconfirmed reports from insiders about how Eddie allegedly agrees with Katt Williams about Kevin's suspicious rise to fame, hinting that he believes that there is more to the story than meets the eye. The insider also claimed that Kevin has also allegedly stolen roles and shows from right under Eddie himself. Fans commented, I haven't been a fan of Kevin Hart for a while. This story just proves more why. I knew that little dude was a snake. Monique called out Kevin Hart, and this is why I never liked that gent. He's a snake among snakes. And the fact that everybody exposing how fake Kevin Hart is hilarious to me. He truly is a snake. But y'all drop your thoughts about this in the comments and then check out this next video.